back to another video. So in this video we will be discussing about the interzone. So if you remember when we did the regional mesh, we have isolated this part and we have isolated this part. Okay, so now we will do the interzone communication, or I can say inter-regional communication. So both of them are currently isolated. So branch 3 cannot communicate with branch 1 cannot communicate with branch 3. So let's verify that one now. So if I go back to my vManage, go to the monitor network, select the branch 1. And if I go to troubleshooting, stimulate the flows. And if I go to VPN 10, and if I try to go to 10.10.203.1, which is my branch 3, and you see that I'm not able to reach. So currently they are in a mesh, so that means they are able to communicate within their regions. So since it's a branch 1, then it is able to communicate with branch 2 and the data center. So if we go to the branch 1 and if we just check the routing table now, so whenever it's going to the branch 2, it is going via the data center. All right. So that's the multi topology. I think we have done it. So it's VPN 10. It's in hub and spoke, and VPN 20. If you see that 202, it's going directly to the branch 2. So let's make this as a mesh first. So let me go to the policy, configuration policy. So let me see which one is active. Yeah, version 9 is active. I think that was version 4 topology. No, version 5. Okay, so version 5 was the one which we configured. So I will activate that policy so that it becomes mesh. So they should be in a mesh but within a region. So let this policy be pushed, and after that we will verify it is mesh or not. All right, that's been pushed. So let's go back to the branch 1 now. And now if you see that VPN 10 202, we are going directly to the branch 2, and VPN 20 202, we are going directly to the branch 2. Sweet. Let's go to the branch 3 and confirm that one too. So when going to the branch 4, it's going directly. VPN 20 going directly. So that's all good now. So now it's in a mesh, but if I go back to the monitor network and branch 1 again, this time if I try to reach out to branch 3, still it should not be reachable. So 10.20, 10.203.1, stimulate. See that it's not reachable. So what should be done now? So the way which we can achieve this communication is that whenever the branch 1 is trying to communicate, it should go directly, no problem. Whenever it's trying to communicate with data center, it should go directly. But whenever it's trying to communicate with branch 3, this time it should not go directly, but it should go to the data center 1 and go to the branch 3, or it should go to the data center 2, go to the branch 3. So we are enabling inter-regional communication, but via the data center. Okay, so we are not allowing the branches to communicate with each other directly, but instead we are just saying that, okay, you want to communicate with branch 3, that's fine, but direct is not possible. Either you go with branch DC1 or you go with a DC2. So what should happen now? So according to the mesh, if we look at this part now, what we did was we accepted the DC1 T-lock, but we did not accept the DC2 T-lock. Next, we accepted the routes for DC1, we accepted the routes for branch 1 and 2, but we have no policy for branch 3 and 4. So this is okay, but we did not accept that one. So what changes we are going to make is that we are now going to tell the branches to accept the T-lock for DC1 and DC2, both of them. We are telling the branches to accept the DC1, DC2 routes also. And we are telling to branch 1 and branch 2 that if you want to communicate with each other, you go directly. not a problem. But if you want to communicate with branch 3 and branch 4, you can go, but you can go via the data centers, any of the data. Similarly, the policy for the Australia zone will be that we are accepting data center 2 T-locks, but we are not accepting data center 1 T-locks. Coming to branch 3 and 4, we are accepting the routes. We are also accepting the routes for data center 2, and we don't have any policy for branch 1 and 2. Similarly, here also we are going to do the same thing. We will tell to the Australia region that you accept the TLOX for DC1 also, and you will accept the routes from DC1 and DC2. If you want to communicate with each other 3 and 4, you can go directly. We don't have any problem. But if you want to go to branch 1 and 2, you go via the data center. So this is how we are going to construct our policy now. So let's go to the policies, configuration policies. Let's go to the custom option topology. So I will copy the Europe mesh first and I will name it as inter-region Europe. Let's edit that inter-region Europe. So currently we are accepting TLOX for data center 1 only. So I will just remove that site and I will select DCs, which will be both of them. Next, we are accepting the TLOX of branch 1 and 2. That is all good. That's all. We are not accepting the tail locks for the branch 3 and 4 because we don't make the tunnel directly, okay? So we are making the tunnel directly to the data centers only, not to branch in the inter-regional zone. Coming to the routes, again, I will change from DC1 to, I will select DCs because I want to accept both the routes from the data centers and I want to accept the routes from branch 1 and 2 for direct communication, and I will also accept the routes coming from branch 3 and 4 with a condition that they will be manipulated with the TLOC as DCs. So you are able to communicate 1 and 2 are able to communicate with 3 and 4 but via any of those DCs. So save the policy and I will copy the same policy and I will say that inter-regional Australia, copy it and I will make some changes. That is, over here instead of branch 1 and 2 I will select 3 and 4 and over here I will select 3 and 4 and instead of 3 and 4 I will select 1 and 2 in a reverse way. That's it. Once that is been done, let's go to the centralized policy. Currently the version 9 is active, so I will copy that one and I will say that central policy version 10. Also I will say that inter-regional, so we should be able to understand. So copy that one. Let's go to the version 10 and click on edit. Go to the topology. So route leak I will still keep it, but multipath, let me go to the policy application of the multipath. And you see that branch 1 and 2 it's already been applied, so need to detach that one. So I will say import, I will say interregional Australia, I will import one more interregional Europe. Now I will go back to policy application. It should give me two different options now to select the sites. In the regional Europe regional there will be 1 and 2 and in the Australia region it will be 3 and 4. So that should be good. In Australia, 3 and 4. In Europe, it will be 1 and 2. So we want that sites to be affected. Apart from that, all should be all good. So we also do have the VPN membership, if you see that. So all remaining policies are still the same, except we remove the multipath. Now, let's go and activate this policy. So before activating, again, we don't see 1 and 2 over here, 201, 202, we don't see in 3. And if I go to branch 1, we don't see 3 and 4 over here. Sweet. So let's go and activate now. Now, once the policy has been activated, branch 1 should be able to communicate with 3 and 4, but it should be going via a DC. But within a region, they should be communicating directly. All right, so let's go to the monitor network and branch 1. This time we'll go to troubleshooting, stimulate flows, go to the VPN 10, and the next destination will be 10.10.203.1, which is branch 3, and stimulate, and you see that it's going via the data centers. But similarly, if I say that I want to go to branch 2 itself, which is within the same region, so it's going via the it is going directly to that particular site. Similarly, if I try to communicate with branch 4, and again it is going via any one of the data centers. Now to confirm via the CLI, I will go back to the branch 1 and I will say that trace route VPN 10 10.10.203.1. See that it's going via the data center DC2. If I say trace route VPN 10 10.10.202.1, which is my branch 2, see that it's going directly. Now if I say ping, not ping, trace route VPN 20 10.20.204.10, which is my branch 4 LAN. It's not even edge device. At the back of that device, there is a LAN. And now it's going via the data centers. For some reason, it's taking so many hops. It's fine. Let me try with the trace route for branch 3. VPN 20 10.20.203.10, which is my LAN. Alright, so it's going to the data center, then from the data center it is going to the branch 3, which is correct. That's all good. Alright, so and the next thing would be that to verify from branch 3, go to the monitor network and I will go to the branch 3 to make sure that we do have connectivity. Anyhow, we do have, because that has been verified. Let's go to the VPN 10 and I will say that 10.10.201, which is my branch 1. If I stimulate the views, it's going via the data center 2. Alright, so that's how we configure the inter-regional communication. I hope this was informative for you and thank you.